so I could not clear everything always. Maybe I just leave it one side. I put my laptop first. I test my laptop first. I take out this one. Actually, I can use my laptop with this one. Take out this one. Take out that one. And then I use my laptop with this one. After I keep. Put this good in here. Very fully feeling. So just stand over there. Okay, I'm doing my packing on this prosperity building, Hong Kong Street, Singapore. So the naughty boy sugar while I'm doing my work, they try to make my fingers weak so that I cannot hold properly. So what you do is when you hold, you must hold harder. So you cannot hold properly, they just sometimes want you to distract and you just drop, right? You see. You hold like this and you just like drop and you distract. So what you do is you just hold harder, hold harder. Using this one, you can practice with your fingers. That's how they make your fingers weak. In Vietnam, they do this to me. It's a hypnotic device user in Singapore that issue the order to the hypnotic device user in Vietnam to do this to me. To break my last fingers weak and my this fingers weak. The last two. It's very vulnerable. Once you can break the here, then the last two will be weak. And the last two will be weak. So you just try to press hard or press hard like this. And you can try like this here. You have a side here. Or I'm not uploading, or just live. We can do the same also. Every morning when people wake up, and they use a tissue or thin kind of things, or and just press. They are just trying to constrict your mind or make your mind kind of in such a way that you think certain things. When they try to influence people to change their mind, then it's easy. And always they want you to distract. It's a distraction. Sometimes you think of other things and then you forget about when you're sleeping. That's how they want. They want you to cram after certain thing. They let go. Sometimes they when sleeping they will let you let go the first one, the second one, or third one, or whatever. They want you to think in certain ways, so that in the end, when you are conscious, they also try to do this to you. When they are conscious, they know a lot. They've done it to many people. Two kinds of they are just in Singapore. They are forming the Black Panthers, but now they are being called the Black Panda. Last time they want to be called Black Mama, but slowly they are being called Black Panthers. And now you go to Miniso, they develop a lot of Black Panthers Marvel heroes, cushioned in Philippines. That's what they do. Cushioned. Towers, all kinds of things, all black and Panther, Black Panther. When I came back to Singapore, they want them to be somebody wants them to be called Black Pandas, Black Pandas, Panda, Black Pandas. So from Black Mama to Black Panther to Black Panda, or Black Pandas. So next, the PowerPoint. So this part is okay with me. Maybe I'll just do some on the wires part. Keep most of the things. Take my time to do because they just want to make your hand weak. I'm keeping up keeping all the things in the office because I'm going overseas. Aku lagi. Let's see. Down below. So they always inform all the everybody are watching my things. Some people they are just like maybe in so lunchtime many people. Nobody will take that. You want to take that? Okay. That give me an excuse to buy new one. Maybe I'm not buying new one. Okay, next. can put here some. I will just put the other side, so it's okay. So a lot of them want me to pack my things and go because I was in Philippines. That's what they try to tell me. But I don't really bother because many of them are being forced to come here, and then a lot of them are reporting that they are being, criminalized, victimized, or this as people. That they are being asked to come here, and they don't like the feeling being bullied. So that's why I keep my this student life. Some of this. How come? Don't do that. How come this one? How come this? Oh, also using so actually no need HDMI here. Why I need to use this? So no need already. So this one to Xiaomi. So I test the Xiaomi. I use this right. This one center one. Xiaomi is center. Use this right. All these wires you can use to connect. So this one cannot. This one have to keep. Use a few. Only two only. My VGA also have to use. Some of the one already now I connect. I use just use one only. Don't know, I just connect the other one. The VGA. My VGA. Use 一些那个像VGA。Only thing is one VGA. Yes, use one VGA. So here. not leaving this place. We just try to inform the officers and the colleagues. This is one that I can use, but I'm not going to do it. But this one is not. This is not VJ. It's display port. This one is not. This one, the power I all this I don't need, so I just bring it to work. And then that's all finished. They'll still be around. This is my OPE. So I still use this all this. So I pack my own things. And here, finish already. Only this one later. I just finish up this today and then I just store it and then just put in there. Still can be used. So only this one, and this one finish already. No. The rest, all this, I just see which one I need to use. Here. Then, other wires I need to remove. All these names and also all this I need to come again. I won't be setting up in the yeah, we set up. So we get all the wires out. Still need to charge. That's why I leave it in this in the store. Some I leave it in the store. Okay, then we just take it. So this one. The one is all the way. So I don't want the fan to give away. And then he just want you to let go of it, let go. You want to command your how you want. So you just grip. And then I say let go a little. Let go a little. So they just want to use the Chinese to try to say that the Chinese are the ones that are responsible for the destruction. Whatever everybody pay more GST. Okay, next. And this one, after that they want me to come back. I come back, but mine is portable one. So they just want to use the Chinese civilization to dominate everyone. So Chinese, remember, since they did this to you, faster go and conquer the whole world. Okay, Remember, the hypnotic devices are helping the Chinese civilization conquer the world. Okay, next, I think this, let's, in fact, the hypnotic devices are helping. Yeah, hypnotic devices are helping. Okay, so this one, I see what else, what other things I need to check. Some what else? Okay. So, so what else? Let me see. This, oh, this one I can use later. I test out everything. This one is only. Remember, I said hypnotic devices that are assisting. Hypnotic devices are assisting the China civilization to conquer and rule the world. I share the information. I spread the news. Everybody downstairs. Okay, this one. Okay, this one. I can give away lah, but it's okay. All this I have a lot. In this Bedok North, I have a lot. So this one, and later tomorrow I will shift. This one I leave it. So we'll skip tomorrow, then keep. Then I going to shift this one. After I clear all this ready, after I shift tomorrow, then this one finish already. Very easy. So you see, just one small luggage. I have another two empty luggages. This one is ceramic one, so it can be better. It can still be protected. Okay. What? Sometimes I feel I just strengthen my hand. So this one settled already. Lucky Singapore very good when moving the vehicle, moving your luggage, and when you move from your luggage to your vehicle. So this is that's all. And this one I just fix. And then this one I just here. So the whole world is watching. They want to know what's going on. How the Iraqi devices try to put on you to use the Chinese civilization to try to know what you exactly do, and then you want you to hold certain thing and let go, hold certain thing and let go. And then they tell the hypnotic devices. The hypnotic devices have been revealing a lot of secrets to their country, to their own country, and to the world. How the hypnotic devices in Singapore are working on the me or area or the hypnotic devices working on their hypnotic devices working on the victims in Singapore. So everybody wants to get the intel along the way. Very important. So again, I have one here, one more to go, and that's all. And what I do is like this. Like this. I can have like this. I can have like this. But like this. And then and I'm ready to write off. So I'm not showing. So, come on. This one cannot. I can use this way. So what I do, I get this. So sometimes the Chinese can tell naughty device about what is going on, so that the naughty device will use uh, the methods on the victims. Okay, so this is another one. I have a lot. That's why I see. I always buy extra for backup. Like this, if I holding, nothing will drop. So I just grip harder. That's why they want to break my shoulder, so that I can grip harder. So that when I very hard, my shoulder broke. They don't want me to grip hard. They want me. Want to make my hands, my fingers weak. Another way to sort out is you just grab like this, hold it, and sometimes they'll make your hand straight. You cannot bend. So you immediately quickly fold it this way and use your thumb. If sometimes they want you to use your brain, they try to use your brain and just hold. Use your thumb or to press it. Hold, so that your this hand will not go up. Or you just hold on to this button, and then you will not go up like this and not able to bring it down. So you will just hold on like this. Everybody can see me live all the way to Russia, Ukraine, America, China, all over the place. I seldom show this to people, but I only show because they are working on everybody with no device. Because they are mercenaries, mercenaries for the South China Sea program, mercenaries for the Dark Force of Secret Society, Dark Force of Chinese civilization from China, and that leads to the Dark Force Secret Society from all over the world, and Dark Force of Secret Society from China, and from all the illegal syndicates and all the Dark Force players. They just suspicious over others ultimately, and they just destroy everybody by making weak on their nerves, their knuckle, their bones. They can work on my neck, my shoulder, already done. One of my hand cannot move. Sometimes pain and crack. They want you to dislocate your shoulder and also your shoulder blade, your elbow, your wrist, your knee, your feet, everything. Sometimes your feet you walking. They want you to keep the other leg and fell. They can make people fall. They can disrupt people when the floor is slippery on the toilet, and then they just fall. They can make people on the respiratory system, to flu, cold, to cough, and to have work on you to look at things differently, so that your fluid in your brain can flow down to your nose. It can cause bleeding from your nose, and the blood or the fluid in your brain that flows down. And they may make people talk, constrict their mouth, if they to make them swallow. If they don't swallow and talk, they try to want you to talk like a dog or the longer kind of thing. And then when you talk, you speak. It's like they can want you to imagine all kinds of things. Many things. So try to reverse the imagination, not yourself imagining as yourself. Chinese is part of our human body that tries to be part of ourself, to imagine that we are the ones that Chinese thought that the person is imagining themselves. There's no evidence to prove except with visual and virtual AI technology. The technology, the maths and science is there, the formula is there. But the scientists have not come up with the formula to have the visual and virtual AI technology to prove that all this, that the hypnotic devices are working on people. The people think and imagine, and the Chinese civilization think everything in the maths and science, and then can be proven.
in court. So there are many people that are developing and trying to gather the research to get the answers. Hopefully they get the answers. So if they cannot get the answers, then so this is how the United Device wants to work on people every day. When we are all easy to be bullied, we are just commoners, we just get on with our own life, but we are being penalized, victimized, and used as scapegoat. When I'm here in Hong Kong Street, in Singapore, when I'm anywhere, in Malaysia, in Thailand, in Vietnam, in Philippines, anywhere in the world, the hypnotic device user in Singapore, as vanguard of the South China Sea program, will issue the order to the hypnotic device user to any country that I go, and they destroy. Use the hypnotic device user in their own country to destroy everybody. Destroy the hypnotic device user, destroy the victims, many people. That's how they fund the operation. And sometimes they do it for free. Okay, let's see how to make sure that all these are closed. As I said, I have to say all this because and for the principle. It's not a CIA program. It is really a South China Sea. And sometimes when you hear any signal and any sound signal, don't believe it because the nothing just try to play confuse the minds of everybody, and they try to control. Every time in this Singapore, they always try to tell people to get out from here, but actually it's not. It's they themselves. They should get out from the place. Yeah. So just imagine when I was in Vietnam, they work on people. In Vietnam, I was motorcycling. I saw this man. He has so difficult to lift a bicycle. I know I go to Vietnam, we saw that. I know I go to Cuba, we saw that. That's how they do it to everybody. They slaughter everybody because of the South China Sea program. The people, the countries, they spilled the islands with China over the resources. The hypnotic devices that destroy their own people with the hypnotic devices that is created by that is made in China. But the hypnotic device user methods are created by the hypnotic device user in their own country. So they slaughter everybody in many people in Vietnam. They slaughter many people in the Philippines and many in the physical injuries and even walking through them. In Singapore also the same. So when I went to this overseas out of Singapore, they use the slaughtering of the Singapore hypnotic device methods. They know they cannot slaughter me in a much more starting manner. So what they do when I go overseas, they start with the starting manner of physical injuries. When they do the physical injuries, when they start, when I come back, they just finish up the remaining chapters of the slaughtering because it's very easy to do the ending part. But the beginning part they do on my neck, my shoulder blade, and many parts of my body. But the nerves they didn't do it. They tried to be creative in one part, but it's not working. It's only one part only. That's the most effective. and they try the all this that time they already done it in Ghana, Mimosa Hotel. But then when they come here, they continue to do this to me, and when even in this Philippines in Davao City, they are the naughty advisors that issue the order. Just now I passed by auntie, come on, kill them. They want me to go to jail. But the police, they know what's going on. The police, when I go to Davao, also know what's going on. They are protecting me. They are not investigating. They want to investigate. Can go ahead investigate. I have nothing because everywhere I go, I'm protected by the government, whether it's regional government, provincial government, city or local government. The military also. So they can try to influence, as you know, try to influence the government, the military, and everybody overseas. But before I go there in the year 2017 until now, they themselves, as a naughty persons in Singapore, are not able to secure the premises, the whole place in Mindanao, resulting Malawi, Abu Sayyaf, terrorism. And still they are very proud that they say that they rule the whole world. Or they use the 24 Christian Eagle Group to rule the whole world. But are they doing it? No. Because the 24 Christian don't want to deal with them anymore. That's why they passed the rap to the Eagle Group to take the rap. The Eagle Group no choice. But again, they are good leaders. They are bad leaders of the secret society. They are good leaders, they'll set the example and try to be quite discreet, elusive. But the bad ones will continue to show their presence and the membership. But as I said, many of them are really closing their shop because we do not need the physical presence and the membership. So they are more moving in the digital economy of legit. So I've settled this one already. I can bring today, but I'm not. I can bring this one also today and this one today, but I'm not. So tomorrow I'll see the military police. This where they go around catching people who run away sometimes in case when they go around and they. So the military police sometimes people who are run away from the camp or deserters and all this, they'll go around. Sometimes they secure the military. So like I said, the buka in Singapore, whether police or military can be called back by the Nepal government because Nepal can be taken over by China anytime. So when China take over Nepal, they're extending the further north and the left and the right surrounding India. So they are going to do this in phases in already actually along the way in the 4 hotspots. So what they do is when they do this, then all the um, Nepal Bukas will be called back. They cannot protect Singapore anymore. So it's frightening, right? So what will happen to Singapore? Listen to me. They will never. They will still can be able to survive. Okay. So now let's say more on this one. I maybe use two because I try to. I actually want to use this one as one of the screen. I can actually link to the other one as a screen, but I only use one at the moment. So I just try to experiment on this one. I will try to remove the all this one. Is oh my god! I have to. I'll put in the back. Put in the back. This one I throw, but I just leave it. I'm not going to shift. This one can be used on all this. I'm supposed to get one of my this mouse right. No, I didn't do. So maybe this one came up. Oh, this is for you going. Oh my god. Let me see. So now the government knows what is it. Better go and tell the government. If they don't tell the government, good luck to them. What is this one? So as I said, if on the 31st, I'll be going to this Philippines, and then after that, I will share my views in Philippines in Davao City. So I already said already last time in Davao City I share, right? So I'm going to use the same to share. So this is the one because it links to the. So now no more. You see sometimes all these people. Outside the very, it's a quite beautiful girl. Oh my God, where she's from? What really, really. Some, this one okay. This one I throw away already. I wish, oh, this, yeah, I put this one. I got a lot of this here. This one. Okay, now I need to rewrite. Just in case I see my papers, my will. This is my will in case. And later I rewrite. This one I don't want. This one. Because it's not waste, it's just that I have the only one table only. So this one has been with me for almost 2019 until now. 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 years. And then sometimes the auntie will say, this is how he wastes his parents' money. That's how they play politics. That's why I don't know. So this one I think I can also put here, but I don't know. Tomorrow then I put. Because after that tomorrow I clear everything. Then after that then this one I just test it out first. So what I use it, sometimes you need my hand I still got I hold. And sometimes they twist your hand. So once you twist your hand, you just sometimes you see your hand, you try to fix it normal. Instead of using like this, then sometimes you break your hand. When they fix your hand in certain ways. So you just continue to practice until you break the controlling using the device to control your mind. And after that you practice. So you try to remove whatever is. You see my hand now? After that you do everything okay already. And your fingers, you keep practicing your fingers. They know. Then after that, then okay. So you say sometimes they say auntie 做了 say no, it's true. Okay, so now They just want to be relevant in the wrong way. Okay, next. So don't talk. As I said, I'm not image. Auntie chop me. Okay. So just use this as a reference. So this one is one of the wires of the so again, sometimes when you do your thing, when you feel that your hand is soft, try to hold it like this. Try to hold it with your wrist. When you feel your hands are weak, they try to do on my vein, but they cannot do. Or if you feel that your hand is a bit weak, you just try to turn, and then you can see that slowly your vein will be going back to normal. You're just trying to make your veins cool. So you try to bring back your vein back. And then they make until your shoulder break. Because that's what they want. To try to that your fingers feel weak. They are actually not, sometimes they even say they do this to you to make you try to exercise. It is not true. It's not true. It doesn't mean that you don't have to exercise and still live. Why must you exercise? Well, make no sense. You can still try to exercise and still live. So that part, this part here later, this one will connect, and then after that, keep. So this part here, I think it's working. From how I know, if it's not working, then I will bring. Because actually, I can give it to anyone or to my girlfriend if she wants. It's really I don't need this. That time I give it to my girlfriend and my friend in Vietnam, and then she don't want. She said she prefer the old one. Yeah, she borrow to buy. So because someone maybe asked her to return out of maybe principles or whatever. So in the end, I end up take it back. I'm supposed to give. I don't want to dispose this. So maybe I see in time maybe I give. At least she have a laptop. And she can converse with me. It's a good idea. Oh my god. I got no adapter. I have. I put in the box. So I no adapter then how? The other one. So take out the box now, take the box. Because when we go to Vietnam and Philippines, the adapter is different. It's not. When I was in 7-Eleven, they already tell me already. When they try to breach. They know the answers, but they afraid I injured too much. And then they tell me to breach fingers. And then I said, so it's crazy, insane, and all this. Actually, they all know what's going on. Everybody's watching me. That's why Auntie want me to leave this place. Because everybody want to know how Auntie destroyed me. So that's why they want me to go to Davao and just stay there as long as I can. But they also psycho me. Please come back to Singapore. Auntie cannot live without you. And all this nonsense. Because once I totally left this place, then they can focus on the next. But then when I come back again, they refocus, they regroup, and regather. Because sometimes the police want to know where these people, but they'll be because they want to live and die in. Oh, also cannot. Because this one, this part here. So I can't use them, basically. So, maybe tomorrow then So I know their strategies, they just want to live here. They don't want to live LIB, they want to don't stay here. But I doubt so because they have the rent and everything. So and they just try to play politics. Auntie just want to play politics. But because our friends are watching me also. So on top, everybody's watching me on top. And they just sometimes try to say the aunties are they are just trying to say that I'm the one that actually issued the order, this and that, which is not. It's they themselves trying to start with me. And once people pick up the answers, then they all come and see what's going on. So everybody will be observing the situation. So, and that's how they try to make people weak, not able to defend, protect their own country. Anyone, whether they are of the police, army, it's not experiment. To the auntie, they just pretend to say it's experiment, but I didn't authorize the experiment, and they know. So many people, when I just now, when I go outside, many people try to educate it's not experiment. To be killed by these people, they're just slaughtering people out of nothing at all. Then when they last and final resort, they still have to guard their country, but they didn't guard properly. And that's why there's a lot of crimes. I say not people feel they never guard their country. They just, actually they try to mess up the whole country for the South China Sea program. So let's look at what else. I think this is like a, quite a lot of things. Maybe this one I can leave. I put two layers. Just put this balls. I just maybe worst to worst I come back. If not, I think this one I can put there. I put the table here, and this one I just put it in the. Where's the back? I put the back. So no problem. Tomorrow then I do some more. Sometimes I don't do so much things. So let's see this one. So this one cannot be done, so let it be. I'll bring my laptop. Maybe tonight, at night, every. Well, I need to take a paracetamol.
Yeah, go Tango for later then. You see whether this cable is finding inside here, inside the link. Oh,
Sugar. You need a bag, no? Some yes, good. Jangan jangan ya. You can. Chưa là chị nữa, thế là tiền chưa? Còn nhiều không? Uncle 没有做了 uncle never do already. Every day, if I'm around, but Wednesday I'm not around. So if the door is open, you come in. If the door not open, you come in. But I don't think there's a rubbish at the moment. After Wednesday, there's no rubbish. So you can clear the rubbish at the this part, the white one, and the toilet. These two only lah. Nothing else to show already. Because I'm not around. Okay, so. don't need. Welcome, welcome.
来，这鸡蛋拿一个给我。
是啊，给你啊。
好，谢谢。
Okay, I'm back already. Let's focus on this part here. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. That's how they look. Okay, let's put my headphone here. So your table, you can actually have this laptop and monitor. So next time I can just shift that side. If not, then I just bring my table to that side. If not, I just still continue. Hopefully they vacuum and everything. If not vacuum, then too bad. This is all maybe this. So what I do is I think it's fine. I think it's okay. Using this part here, you can see. So I use this see whether it works. I can actually connect the mouse and this keyboard to this part here instead of here. But it's okay lah. I just do. Sometimes they don't have this. They have a half a little. But mine is, I said, not for work, also for gaming. So this is what. Let's see. Let's so I see whether it works. I just test out a little bit lah. I can actually use the wireless, but I don't want. I keep some of it. In time, I'll keep all. Because this one tomorrow, then or tonight, tomorrow morning, I'll keep ready. Then I take cab. But actually, it's still not so. It's still very early. I don't need to rush. So sometimes I also forget the password. Also. I can do the reset, but I need to know the password. Oh yeah, I can connect the cable. Yeah, I can connect the cable, but I don't want. This cable, I think is over there. You cannot. So I try to connect the cable. How come it drops? Strange. So I just take my time. It's not experiment, as I said. Naughty person. I'll be back, but not for more. But I'll be back to do things. So sometimes they can try to vote on me on my hands to be cramped. So that's why I share with many people all over the world. So the world will know how the Hinoki viruses slaughter everybody. They will use the same methods on every. How come the blue one? Oh, is this one on? Sometimes they just try to soften your part here. For me, it's okay, but huh? For me, it's that sometimes I'm not able to grab properly. So sometimes I can because they take advantage of the situation, and they will try to make you bend. So sometimes you place here, sometimes you can drop. They deliberately try to make you weak. So what I do is, and they say it's successful, but it's not. So as I said, in the end of the day, they just want the hypnotic vice user to, not just want the China civilization to focus at the end, and then when they try to control what they want you to drop. Actually, it's not because normally what you do is if you cause the vein, you will what? You will able to go to your brain, but now this time it's not. They just want you to divert the attention and to kind of make it loose. So each time when you hold, you must what? Grab each fingers. On the best is you grab with the whole arm. Hold, then they cannot because you grab by fingers. Sometimes they can make you lose the grip. So you grab this whole part, you will not. I'm teaching everybody because they are going to do this to everybody. So when you grab this whole part, sometimes you let's say like him. When you grab this part here, now work on the hypnotic voice user since they believe in it. So what they do is when you grab here, sometimes you can twist, they can make you drop. So what you do is you grab by the head, but sometimes from here you grab by the head and continue. So like see now they try to make my hand straight and not able to bend. So what I do is you see they can make me like this part here, they can make me drop. So what I do I just drag and I just hold on. That's how they cannot do anything. Once they hold already, they only press only. After that, then in the end, then they can try. It's only a diversion that the people can like this. Oh, and sometimes they when you get they try to cause your fingers. So you can just like this. If you find that your this one is pain, what you do is so it's either bending or straightening only. Very simple. It's not the vein part. So when they press until they cannot already, then so they say keep experimenting. You no need. I'm just sharing the world what is. So when you need to do anything, what you do is you use two hands. You use two hands and try to grip, or just grip like this and just grip. Just try to hold on to, or you can just sometimes you can use this all this as an exercise, and you use all this. They will try to use a small one and try to make your hand very small and try to drop or whatever. So keep trying to practice it. Some of your hand is like twisted like this. So what you do is you just straighten. Or you can use the other hand to do like this or straightening. So all this in time that I can actually bring this up and then try to share what it's all about. So that's how I want to share with everybody about what is going on. So for me, like for me, you see, they try to do like this to me. They try to hold this to me. So what I do is I just press. Sometimes you see the man, what you do, they do to him. He punch on the hand on the. No need to press. No need to punch. Just Try to, if they try to make it straight, you try to bend. That's all. Then you will not do anything. Or you just go like this, or you just, if they want to make it straight, you just go like this. Just keep holding it. On and off, they'll try to do like this. Then they try to control whatever. So you prevent them from controlling your fingers. Even the way you look at everything. You see everything, you see everything that is what it is. The way you look at everything. You want to change your mind to see what it is, all everything. So you can continue to try to practice. They are going to do this to everybody in Singapore. I'm very sure when I leave this place, this are going to do it. They're going to increase the poison to everybody to try to chase up to kindergarten level or my level. There is no secondary school level or no high school level. It's primary school level. So they will try to make everybody, So what you do, you just practice your fingers or keep trying to practice whatever you have. So that you can continue to try. They sometimes try. You say they try to hold you on this part. So you just try to hold like this. They cannot do anything. They try to make you straight. You just try to like this, and then you continue to do. I'm doing live streaming. Now they are doing to me, whether from upstairs or downstairs, whether it's from the fourth floor or the sixth floor, fourth floor. This is their personal achievement. This is how the naughty boys will try to do their personal fourth floor or sixth floor. I'm on the fifth floor. So they can work on people on certain distance to work on their fingers and on their hand. This is how they do to people. When people playing the joystick, when they do this on people on the joystick, I can actually like this. Then they don't need to do, they can't do anything. I like to hold this. Sometimes you don't try, they try to link this. So you can always hold this as part of your exercise to prevent them from doing to me. You see, I'll be here to share the transparency with everybody of how they try. You see, they try, even try now. So you keep pressing, you'll break. So they will try to do all this to me. My hand here straighten, and so everybody knows what is going on. They can make your hand kind of straight, and then you cannot bend. Your hand straight, you cannot bend. So you just quickly bend, and just try to hold it, and then you practice. They will use the device to work on you, and then you just try to hold and try to bend. Whatever. Everybody can see what's going on. So you can also use like this every morning. This is what the Chinese also teach the everybody, because the 经脉 they call it. So you press it hard, not very light, press hard. Every time you press. And then they just want you to hold small things or very thin things and then drop. Like the string you hold and then you just drop. Sometimes you hold like this part here, they want you to not able to twist. So you have to learn to do everything by your own finger. So everything you just try to use by your fingers and just try to learn to break all this that they are trying to do. So once you do this after a while, you see, they cannot do it because you bend your fingers. So again, when you find that your hands are not or feeling soft and weak, grab something and hold it, especially with wires. Grab it and hold it. Do not be angry, do not be upset, do not be frustrated. They just do on innocent people. All kinds of innocent people they do on people. So that they are not able to defend and protect their country. So they just do to people. And so this is my last education along the way. This day I will doing to this on everybody's fingers. What they do is illegal. What they do is wrong. They wish the device will be banned, but they cannot be proven in court. That's why they take advantage of situation to slaughter everybody. They spy on everybody and they slaughter everybody because they say they're spying on people. But actually, they cannot be caught. So they just want to make people, they are crazy with the methods and they make people crazy. That's what they're trying to do. But actually, it cannot be proven in court because the hypnotic device users are not claiming. That's why you have seen the man use the knife to kill the jogger. So this is how they confuse and control the minds of everybody. So this is why I'm here. Auntie do not ask me to be here. When I was in Philippines, Auntie kind of worked on me, and then what happened was that they do not want me to be here. Why they do not want me to be here? Because they want me to take my things and then bring my desktop or my laptop to Davao City, and then from there, you know, they want to cover up whatever they did to me because all issued by the hypnotic devices in Singapore. They use the abuse of the power to give the order to the hypnotic devices in Philippines to work on. And they just sometimes ask, they believe in all this, what station, or what station, all this. So they are afraid of me to be here because I can be transparent and accountable. They do not like transparent and accountable. They just like to slaughter people and say they're not owing me up. And the transparent and accountable, they want everybody to continue to destroy everybody by working on their fingers so that they are not able to defend and protect their country. So another way is you if you press like it, you feel tired, you go further to this part. So many things are like I said, you can even further improve on this part if you want. So continue to do it until they cannot, they keep pressing, or they use certain signal or whatever. So keep trying to prevent it from doing it. Sometimes they try to pull the vein until your vein. So you try to bring everything back to normality. All your veins, everything, the nerves, everything back to normality. Sometimes your hand, sometimes they can try to twist certain thing. So keep trying to, you don't need to get out of the place. Don't need to be afraid. You want to continue to stay this place or any place, don't get out of the don't get out of the place. Don't get out of it. Just continue to live. Some of the things you can is you can grab like this. And sometimes they want you to imagine hitting on yourself. You know that kind. So what you do is you don't have to, you can continue to try to, don't need to grab anything. Sometimes they want you to grab hard, don't grab. Just use your fingers. They want you to grab hard thing and hit on your own head. This is how the hypnotic voice works for me. When I'm standing here, they want me to grab hard things, and then they just want to me to hit on my, imagine hitting on my, or in real life hitting on my own head. This is how they cause destruction of many people. Many people they pass by, they know what's going on. The bus and all this. So I'm live streaming, live broadcast to share with people what's going on. How the hypnotic voice is there every day when in the office in Bedok North, in the office in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Vietnam, in Thailand. That's how they continue to work on people. Many people are not being worked on, but they continue to work on it. So as I said, I'm sharing my social media. That's why the government have access to my social media. It's not experiment. They are going to do this to everybody in Singapore, and they are going to do this to everybody in Vietnam because of the South China Sea. They're just trying to prove it's a South China Sea program when it cannot be proven in court. They're going to do this to people in the South, on everyone all over the world, with America and its allies. Then we use the Chinese civilization to destroy everybody. They're going to use the Chinese civilization to destroy everybody. So to try to say that everybody's imagining, everybody is fantasizing, imagining and everything, when they are able to land in the moon and with Russia and Mars and everything. So you can see that my hand now,
It's here. Sometimes my hand here a bit because they do the cramping and everything. So that's the after effects along the you can feel sometimes like your vein got cramp and many things. Sometimes the vein they just try to pull to a certain level. So you try to go back. Because if you can do this and you feel no pain, it's okay. But if you feel do this, you feel your hand is painful, something is wrong out there. You see? And I never promised to deliver. It's not because they themselves never promised to deliver. They say they don't want to do it anymore, but they continue to do this to everybody. And they just want to say that it is the self-chancellorship program is the innovative vices. They're just trying to play politics. When I was in Vietnam, they got all the intel. They keep trying to, tell me why the people in Singapore always play politics. I mean, the social media, I'm not using VPN. I mean, the social media in Bigo and look at the Singapore channel, and then they can see. So you can see that this is how they try to tell everybody: don't anyhow trigger happy. Don't anyhow use trigger happy on people. So everybody don't want to do anymore. It's the money that is getting is all in cash, and the money that they're all getting are actually from the South China Sea program, the funding and everything. The money will fund to the Dark Force Secret Society or the illegal syndicates, and they gather the funds and they will use the device to work on everybody. So sometimes you feel the after effects, all this part here. So what you do is you just stream. They do a lot of it. I don't feel it's bad events on me. They do it to many people, and they can blatantly run away and escape, just because they are not be able to arrest me. So continue to develop the AI, the visual and virtual AI technology to prove at the end of the day. They even on our prime ministers, our ministers, our government officials, and everybody. They just want to say that they are waiting to be arrested. But they cannot be charged because at the moment there's no way to prove. And that's how they deliberately try to destroy everybody on the make for them to plot by admitting, writing to admit that she plotted to kill people, admitting on everybody to kill people. So this is how they use on the tourists also. On the tourists also. So all this in time they'll be working on everybody in tourists. Whether they are tourists, whether they are foreigners living in everybody. And they'll be working on many, many people, every one of all of us. And including the hypnotic themselves and among themselves. Later I'll issue order to me. So as I said, in the end of the day, this is how the hypnotic work on me. I'm like the first batch to be receive all this. Some receive early. I'm somewhere the pioneer group to receive all this poison by the hypnotic voices. And then after that, they do it to everybody, including even the DCM sometimes they even work on me before to talk and starter or to talk, and then after that, instead of talking this, we talk another one or all this. All this they already done it to. They already do it to all the everybody when they are sleeping. They do it to everybody when they're sleeping. Their mind relents, not they themselves relent. When their mind relents, then they work on them, and then everybody relents to imagine, especially girls, to oral sex and all this. But when they are in conscious mode, when they wake up mode, they don't want to have sex with guys or girls. But this is how you see is when the mind relents, the mind is tired. The mind is tired, the mind relents. But it's not the person. Because everybody got ethics, morals, and principles. You ask everybody now to suck up, you think they want to suck up. They won't, am I right? Because of what? Because of ethics, morals, and principle. But when they are the mind, when they sleep, the mind are tired, the mind relents. And they take advantage of the situation when the Chinese cannot read them from. When their mind is sleeping, they cannot read them, then they use the hypnotic voice to work on them.
to work on whatever in the false imagination, to imagine the dream, on their physical injury. Sometimes you ask them to press when they're sleeping, they cringe or whatever, to release all this, like what I'm saying, and all these things. And to make them their fingers broken and all this. And to imagine all kinds of things. And not only, and all this, they'll even sometimes also, they can imagine, having sex with people, or or HLBGTQ and all the LBGT and everything. It's how they use everybody to turn everybody into LBGT. They can turn our prime minister, our ministers, and everybody. They can make them walk like a gay, walk like Johnny Depp, walk like Elizabeth Arden, Queen Elizabeth, or walk like a king or a queen or Jesus Christ or whatever. That's how they work on everybody. And then after that, they try to work on them, even on children. They very enjoy themselves, personal achievement, to work on children. So like I said, all this I have to tell everybody. Like sometimes they can ask him to write, and then after that, instead of they turn left, he asks him to turn right. Or deliberately ask him to move left, left, left until you don't know he knock on the or fall or fell. All this they have done to when I was riding a motorcycle. That's how they do it to me when I was riding a motorcycle. When I ride, sometimes they see my orientation. If I'm in center, sometimes they ask me move to the right. Then they find it's dangerous, they ask me move to the left. When they find it's dangerous, sometimes they can say reverse. I'm supposed to turn right, move to the right, they ask me reverse, move to the left. Sometimes that's how they try to brainwash program condition, and that's how they do it. Brainwash program condition. Another way they work on your waist, on your this stomach, they can make it cramp until you have too much acid in your stomach. Then you have what they call, a lot of people now in Philippines and many countries, they have what? Stomach cramp. And they accuse them that they have stomach ulcer, just like Chris Ho being accused of stomach cancer and he died. So these are people that many people, they will ask them to go and see a doctor. The doctor will take a bunch of situations sometimes to accuse they have stomach cancers or virus and all this. Actually, it's not. It's created by the hypnotic devices themselves on their stomach. So they cause a lot of acid when they cramp their stomach. So go and get or standby two things: Antarctic and antacid, and also paracetamol. Paracetamol to reduce your fever and everything and your flu. Or like this is paracetamol. Another one is antacid. This is Alcatel antacid. So get the antacid and eat, and it's a kind of alkaline. Alkaline. You will eat and then you will neutralize your stomach. Take paracetamol to reduce the heat, the temperatures, and reduce, like sometimes you got flu or cold. They can work on people, like I said, on the respiratory system, just like COVID-19. And also they work on people when their people are shitting on their small intestine, their big intestine. And they say they want to make people, when shitting to G-sign and all this kind of nonsense. They work on them to play, confuse, and control their mind when they are shitting, when they are showering. They even want them to use their towels to clean from their leg to their head. They've done it to quite a lot of people in Philippines. And instead of people from the head down to the, so sometimes they use them to clean all the way, including their pussies, the girls. After that, to their feet. After that, they want the towel, just one towel, to cover their head, or to wrap their hair and cover their head. That's how they work on many people, on anyone, on all the girls, and whatever. Especially girls, they are pretty. Sometimes auntie don't like pretty girls because auntie is very ugly. Her face is always black. So that's how they work on people. So they use the towel, use the head, clean, 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 ready, rub the private part, and after clean the leg. Then after that, use the towel to cover on their head. This is all the methods by the hypnotic device user in Singapore. All these are invented by the hypnotic device user in Singapore, the methods. Then they have all these methods. They disseminate all the methods to their counterparts in Malaysia, in Thailand, in Vietnam, in Philippines, and all over the world. They just want to destroy everybody. regardless whether they come. A lot of people, foreigners, they come here, they know, they experienced before, and then they know sometimes. But sometimes the methods worse is because of the physical injuries, the false imagination, FORCD. When you use a device, it's always force people to imagine, FORCD, and physical injuries and walking through the valley of death. Really, they can make your heart pump. When you're sleeping, you can wake up. When you're sleeping, then your heart pump a lot. But 1 within 15 pump very fast, and then they'll frighten you for the next 10 seconds. And if you don't sit up, you know, and they can even you can even sit up and still your heart pump, and that's how they can cause death on people. It's they say sometimes a machine or something like that, a device or whatever. So these are all illegal in Singapore, but they can do this illegally in uh, even work. They can do all this illegal in Singapore. They can do this to people to cause walking through the valley of death. I experienced all this before, and also near death is nothing much. They just try to make you think of this, think of that. I was very sick that time, and they also can make people vomit when people eat too much. They can make people vomit. Even a little bit of food, they can make people vomit. They can make people standing, and then now they make on them to shit, to shit. After shitting already, they think it clear already, they come back, and then they may want them to work on them to shit again, to work on them to shit again. So another way is they can, when they are shitting, they will make them shit and shit and shit. That they want to go, they cannot because they keep wanting them to shit. So this is how the hypnotic vice user can work on them for all these many years that I've experienced. How they can go around trying to destroy people. I'm not spreading the false rumors because the ISD is now watching me and everybody's watching me through my social media. I've been doing this in the year 2019 until to this very day. 2021, I've been live streaming in Singapore. If the police ISD want to come and arrest me, come anytime. So everywhere I go, I'm being protected by the police because they know what is happening. But sometimes they cannot gather the evidence. So that's why they're trying to tell the people work on me to please don't try to cause more crimes, terrorism, extremism, separatism in Singapore. And work on the ministers like in the year September 2nd of September 2001. All this. So again, all these things, they are using the device and they can work on people, on the domestic helper, the one that kills the employer. They work on the child that in school to chop the other child. They work on many people. Go and see the Singapore incident, storm, mothership. Singapore incident, there's one every day. There's a lot of incident happening. They want to create, to mess up the whole society in Singapore. Why? Because they receive the funding from the South China Sea program, from the dark force of secret society, or any dark force of Chinese civilization, or any dark force to continue to destroy as many people as possible. They use the Chinese civilization, they destroy the Chinese civilization. The Chinese civilization also have good and the dark and the shades of grey. They just take advantage to slaughter all the Chinese civilization. So the methods they use in Singapore is different than the methods they use in Philippines. But like I said, they can do the same, or even Philippines can adopt the worst. They work on many people in Muslims too. So and they many times they try to recite their verse and everything. They want them to forget about the verse. And sometimes when they are in sleeping mode, they want them to say satanic verse than the actual verse. Anything, whether they are monks, Christians, Catholics, and all this, they are out to destroy the objective. They are not out to befriend. They are false pretenders. They sometimes do the hard way, sometimes they do the soft way. But whatever is their objective is to destroy everybody. If their objective is not to be friend and force pretenders. Sometimes they know they're not working, they will try to have the soft approach. Every day from 6 to 7 to 8 o'clock, especially coming to 7 o'clock, they practice their ritual. 7 in the morning, 7 in the night. From 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So 7 o'clock, they will practice the ritual. And then after the ritual, then they will see the situation. 7 in the morning and 7 in the night. So this is what they do every day. They can do to everybody if they want to, or to some people. They just try to criminalize, victimize, and use some people as a scapegoat. They can increase the numbers on everybody in Singapore. As I said, sooner or later, everybody will reach the kindergarten. But as I said, many people are not able to adapt and to be able to get used to it. Try, do not be act out in real life. It's all make believe. Do not act out in real life and continue to live their life and not say trying to cycle themselves there because the China civilization are living in an elusive artificial world. They want to destroy everybody, and when they live in an elusive artificial world, they want the rest of the world, all the non-Chinese, to live in elusive through the hypnotic devices, through the earpiece. That's how in Philippines everybody believe in something that is elusive, artificial, but it's they live in a system of that can be controlled by the Chinese civilization. And here they also live in time, but it's not successful because many people are able to differentiate. They do not believe whatever they hear from the earpiece, they just use it as a guide. The system does not allow everyday activities for them to believe in it. So at the end of the day, that's why many people, some don't wear the earpiece, they are being criminal, became a skill, and they turn out in crimes. Many people could be living outside as vagabonds, or many people are distraught, and sometimes they are virgins, and yet they are being forced in sleeping. So when they sleep, when they wake up, don't think that is real. Whatever that happens when they wake is in a dream. It's only a dream. One of hypnotic devices can create this dream on everybody to dream and then imagine. So in the end of the day, they also may have done it to our prime minister, to our ministers. But again, no prime minister and minister will own up. They can do it to Joe Biden, Americans, allies. As I said, in the end, the Chinese civilization won because the hypnotic devices believe the China civilization. And the Chinese civilization still insists whatever this describe is correct, is true. I have to say all this because I said tomorrow on Wednesday I'm going to Philippines. I may not be back for 2 weeks and 2 months actually, but maybe when after 2 months if I can come back, if I have the time I'll come back and share for 1 week. And then if I can, then I will share again. I'll try my best if I have the time. And I share, I hope everybody is well. I went to HDB to watch, to see in Bedok North, many people are really work very badly. So continue to everybody when they have the time, exercise, live a healthy life, exercise, and they are going to work on everybody, on the fingers, the bones, the organs, every part of your bones, everything. After that, then in 2 months, I may be coming back for a while. If not, I just go Malaysia for a while and come back again. Or I could be going to Vietnam and then come back or whatever. But in Lunar New Year, I'll still be around. So I don't know. I was sick, I come back. But this time I'm not going to come back, even when I'm sick. I just try to heal myself and just stay where I am. But as I said, I know the hypnotic is going to slaughter me. But I have to say what I have to say because, like I said, I want the world to know how the hypnotic devices can destroy anybody for any dark force of any entity or for their own playing politics, for their own seven sins, for their own secrets, their own hidden agendas, or their playing politics. So all this in the end, they just always try to say 人在江湖身不久. They're back in the wuxia world, back in the old world. We are not in the old world. We are in the new world. So in the end of the day, if they want to back to the old world, where the swordsman can run across the river, then they better run across the South China Sea waters. So as I said, in the end of the day, this is how they try to give thousands and millions of excuses just because they want to link to the dark force of any entity. The system, whether it's government or the good, bad, and the shades of grey, whatever system they created is still flawed. It has to continue to improve. If not, many people will be wiped out. So use technology to defend and protect your own country. If they don't, like last time, I didn't create the earpiece. The naughty vice user knew that they have to create the earpiece to make it much more complete, so that the whole world can be governed, controlled by the Chinese civilization for the next 20, 30 years. They say I'm very brave. I have to, because if I don't say, because my life can die anytime. I have to tell the world what's going on. I'm not spreading the false rumors. Because if I spread false rumors long time ago, in the year, in the year this 2021, I'll be long time be arrested already, yeah, by the ISD. So I'm not afraid to be arrested by ISD because I have to share and provide what is going on. How the naughty vices, if they want to be representing the good, the dark, and the shades of grey in the end. So I can tell you, any auntie that try to accuse me, they will be work on. Go and gather all this information on who this auntie are. Because in the end of the day, we live in a fair level playing field. Singapore is still about transparency and accountability. If the China's civilization or China will take over is okay. I'm very happy. Because in the end of the day, that would be better, isn't it? But if they love their country or they love this country and they do not want the dark force of all this naughty vices to dictate their life, to destroy their life, then my advice to all of you all, better use less and don't connect the dark force of any entity. Whether linking to 24, 369, you don't link to them if they have no doing. Because in other countries, they have no other choice. It's still the old world. But in Singapore, it's a new world. Don't try to bring that link back. To try to uh, bring that link back will not help. Will not help. This Singapore to move Aussie forward. Everybody will be living in the path 2, 3, and worse 4 death. Okay, next I'm going to do my things. Like I said, I don't want to say so much. Huh? So congratulations on getting the razors connected. So as I said, they seems to try to look at all this razors contacts. Virtual ring, like I said, all these you can install and then just install. I have actually have the I forgot where I put. Never mind, I just leave it. So all this I just connect in the there is a space. I forgot how much space I have. Let me see. I can connect this one also, but so far nobody contact me. So let's look at it. I'll still be here, like I said, in time to time to share and provide the wisdom of what is going on. I actually reset to factory reset. So everything I can like now I cannot see. What they do, they make me try to squint my eyes. So there's one HDMI right now. So screen my eyes so I cannot see. So now I try to do that take some time. So I don't use this one first. I use I can use the other one. So so in the end of the day, sometimes they believe in many things. The naughty devices, they believe in many things, but like I said, I just still try to do my own things. If they believe in it, because sometimes they think they live for they live for what? They live for the organization. But whatever organization they live is flawed. So don't live for the organization, live for wisdom. Very important. So I'm sharing and providing the world with. If they say I'm talking to them, something wrong. Huh? I'm not ranting also. It means ranting. So whatever they try to accuse me, that what happened in there, and people here, in the end, they themselves will be sour also. So I'm very sure they're going to increase the same poison. And so you can see this is the wires that I have connected, and it's already. I can actually adjust, but this one cannot left or right or up and down. So in the end of the day, let's look at this. So I have to say what I have to say. I say worst of worst, if really anything happened to me, I'll just come back within 1 month. It's not about the ticket or what. I have to continue to uh, survive, but I try to hold on. If really cannot, then I want my come back. If can, then I continue 2 months and see the situation. I may be traveling to other regions. I'm not very sure how is the whole process like. So let me do my work first. So everything is fine here, and then still installing. It's for 1 minute. So let's look at the space available. So you have 204, 208. So one, so it's very little. So I can buy, or later I just see the hard disk. I don't know. So actually no need to buy. Actually my space is very, it's just nice actually. I don't really need to you know, download anything at all. So like this Chrome, I already have the Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. Yes. So I have two. You see all this is in Vietnamese. So so I can change this into in English, and some of it I may have to delete. Some I think some I think delete. I don't have the this VPN, so I can install the VPN. The time I do this one, I cannot do all this stuff. I do from here. So a lot of people they never receive the poison that I'm receiving. It's okay. Even if I don't receive, it's okay. So now see this part here more important. Focus on my work. Then I just share along with you. So let's look at this. How come slightly different? Look at the- What is this camera? It's fake. All this in Vietnamese. Yuan. So I have to take some time to do the setting. she don't know how to do it. Okay, let's. I can actually connect to this, but not. It's good. I give to my girlfriend. She don't. Time she was in, she thought I would come back very fast because everybody wants money, so they want me to go back to Vietnam. That time I couldn't make it on time. Then after that, they want me to. This time they want me to go back to Philippines. I try to make it fast, so only time I go back fast. So platform, so interesting. Okay. So this one is try to do the. So let's continue. I said at the end of the day, I just continue to live my life. That every minute, every hour, every day, the hypnotic devices will try to cycle my mind. Before year 2010, they try to cycle many people's mind. Why they want to cycle everybody's mind is because of the, like I said, South China Sea program, and many countries are vying for the resources. And Singapore, though they never vie for the resources, Singapore is part of the America Airlines. That further makes the hypnotic vice to try to destroy Singapore. Singapore is a strategic port, military port also for this America and its allies. So they try to go out from the outer rim in China and all the way until the seaport and now to Indonesia. So you can say our country can be destroyed internally or surrounded. So try to take a quick note, thanks. So okay, let's move on and see there are many things and watch that story unfolds. At least I got standby here, standby there. Operation Davao City operational sites and mobile vaccination. So this part here, I can actually do the display setting. At this one you can see identify one, two. So let's look further down here. Oh, it's like crank. Why is that? Range. Okay, you need. I can actually do not duplicate, but extend this display. So now it changes. I'm going to try to not able to. So it's effect. Okay, let's look at the display. Identify two one. So basically apply. Identify two one.
make two as the main one. Everything is fine. So you can do here like this. So it's not duplicate now. Okay, so from here you can do the Bluetooth here, put it here. Okay. Good camera. Okay. That's a view here. So sometimes you can put as close as possible so it's easier. If not, then it's a bit interactive. Try to bring it halfway. Then after that, bit by bit, just try to bring it close. Or you can just keep close. So that you can bring it close to the Another way is for you to try it. Maybe be okay with it now. So that's other things to do. So the inaugural is just trying to again try to play my mind to say that I'll be bankrupt if I bring my girlfriend along or do this, do that, do that. They just simply want to isolate an individual, just like China tried to isolate the Taiwanese. That's how they try to make everybody believe in all this. In the end, this is how they want to slaughter everybody. Ever since people wake up in the morning, they want everybody to believe. I can spend all this whole day trying to share how the devices will try to play to make me believe and to believe every day in the morning. And then after that, they want them to worry about money, loved one, everything about money first. That's Singapore is about. It's not a vulnerable movement, but to make people worry about money. Amazing. I can even remember. So like this setting also, I can even set it into language display. And then, like here, I can do this into Bluetooth. And then I can try to scan. This one I can off and then try to link to the other one. I can keep also what I don't want at the moment because I try